just got the first copy of my book prior to entry and being hosted by Legal Immigration Services. Guys, how are you? It's Brett Miller here from Maple.
Fantastic service, fantastic. Always recommend me.
Hey guys, Brandon Miller here from Maple Immigration. Listen, I wanted to do a really quick video about a very important announcement that just came up. There is a new open work permit option for the TR to PR pathway. That's right. There is a new open work permit available for permanent residency applicants as just came across from IRCC. This is amazing because if you've watched some of my videos before, this is one of the questions that I had is, what are they actually going to do, right? They've basically put these 90,000 people into a program who are already in Canada and might have status that's actually expiring. What happens if they expire? Because there was nothing that you could do to actually bridge yourself over. We have something called the Bridging Open Work Permit. So I'm going to get into this a little bit with you right now because I want to explain this because there's some very important stuff. So I'm going to pull up the announcement. But before I do that, I actually want to share my screen with you. And I want to show you, for people that aren't aware, we're going to go through the pathway. So if you're not aware, a little while ago, the government announced a program called the TR to PR pathway. And what this is a program where people could actually go through if they were in Canada and they met certain, qualifications. There was different streams. So there was a healthcare worker stream, there was a healthcare non-essential, and there was also a recent graduate stream. All right. And you can see that there's 90,000 people in there. There was 40,000 here, 30 and 20. Now, I have to say, I was very hesitant. I got to tell you, I was very hesitant with this program initially, but I've been pleasantly surprised. And what I've been surprised about is the system. You can see right now at the time of filming, it's July 15th, it's 12:36. These are real-time statistics that are coming up. And if I actually sit there and I hit refresh, right? Actually, I won't refresh it because I don't want it to go away. Well, hold on, let me just refresh that. So 12:36, oh, couldn't load the data. There we go. So it's 13:09 and you can see that these things have actually updated. All right. So this is really, really interesting. And the reason I think that it's really interesting is that more on the work permit side, I think it's really interesting for you because if you've actually are one of the people, either the 40,000, 20, or the other 27, 28,000 here, then, you now have a pathway to be able to restore or not restore, to keep your status. All right. There's also, just of note, there's French streams here and they've come out. These are actually unlimited and they've come out recently where they're not seeing the uptake that they want to see. And they're actually saying, please apply under these programs. Okay, so what about the announcement? Let's get into that. Now, I'm going to go through this and I'm going to make this bigger so that you can see this. This just came out and the immigration minister has announced beginning July 26, individuals who have applied for the recently opened pathway to permanent residence, right? That's the TR to PR pathway. If you've applied under that program, you'll be eligible for an open work permit while awaiting the results. Guys, this is fantastic. This is fantastic because this was the biggest gap in this program. And I'm so happy that this has actually been announced. The pathway to permanent residence was open to international students who graduated from Canadian institution, healthcare workers, and those in designated essential occupations on May 6th. All right, so we already know that. All right, I'm not going to go through that. Now, this is what's important here. Many whose status is set to expire are able to extend their work permit under the existing programs or receive a new permit under one of the temporary measures put in place as a result of the pandemic, such as the public policy for post-graduation work permit holders. All right. We recognize the potential disruption and uncertainty for applicants who've been experiencing work permit, who have an expiring work permit, I apologize, who have an expiring work permit and have been working to ensure that those who don't qualify for existing measures won't lose their temporary status and work authorization. All right, so that's fantastic. To qualify for this one-timer open work permit, okay, now this is what's important. Let's see. They must show that you've successfully submitted an application under one of the new permanent residence pathway streams. Okay, so you would have had an email or something along those lines with a receipt or something like that. So you definitely want to hold on to those, and that should be part of that. Again, they'll announce this. They'll announce exactly what you need to have there. Held a work permit or were authorized to work without a work permit at the time their permanent residence application was submitted. So if you had a work permit and you submitted your application, you're good to go. Had a valid work permit that is set to expire within the next 4 months. I like that, 4 months. Normally with these, we'll see the 6-month mark. When I saw that 4 months there, I was thinking, are we going to really process these things as quick as we can? And I can tell you this, there are responses already coming back for this TR to PR pathway, which means that this thing's moving. This thing is moving, which is a good thing. All right. Have temporary resident status, maintain status, or are eligible to restore their status at the time their open work permit application is submitted. Now, this could be a little bit tricky, right? And the reason it could be tricky is normally if I was thinking of restoration, if you want to restore your status, generally you have 90 days. However, there still is a COVID-19 provision in place, which allows you to be able to extend it over that. And that's still available until August. So you might want to be aware of that. And again, I'm not sure how they're going to treat that exactly, but technically you could probably still do that. Are in Canada at the time their open work permit application is submitted. So hopefully you're still here, or it's not going to work out for you. All right, we're employed in any occupation at the time their permanent residence application was submitted. So you got to be employed. That might be a little tricky. That might be a little tricky for some people. You might want to, we're employed in any occupation at the time their permanent residence application was submitted. Yeah, that we'll have to see what the directive is going to be on that. Meet the language requirements of the stream under which they applied at the time their permanent residence application was submitted. So obviously you did that and you've met the language requirements. So that's a pretty easy one to have there. So you're probably going to need to show proof of that, which would be your language requirements, et cetera, et cetera. Either way, guys, this is fantastic news. I just wanted to bring this out because this just actually came across. It popped up when I was doing a live session with John, and I was like, I got to get this thing out there. I want everybody to know about this because I can tell you right now, there were a lot of people that were very nervous about this, a lot. I had this question a lot, and it was one thing that we flagged very early in the beginning as being a potential issue. So I'm happy to see that that's somewhat rectified now. And that people don't have to worry about that. Guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And again, like, subscribe, turn on notifications to the channel. We'll be bringing these announcements out as quickly as we can because this is really important developments. And I'm happy to see that this was taken into account. And I know that there's a lot of people that are going to sleep a lot better at night knowing this. All right. So hope everyone's keeping well. Look forward to speaking with you soon. Everyone take care. And again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you can actually get this information as soon as it comes out. All right.